Alright guys, we're going to look at multiplying polynomials today. And really, this is just like distributing. But we're going to use what I call the box method. And all the box method does is keep our work organized. So, if we look at our first example A, we have 2 times 3x squared minus 5x plus 6. We're used to this kind of distributing. We just have to distribute that 2, right? We have to multiply that 2 by every single number in here, right? So what we notice is I have one number here, one term, and then inside my parentheses I have 3 terms. Okay? So I make a box that's one box tall, right, and 3 boxes long. Okay? So 3 boxes long, 1 box tall. On the outside, right, or on the one box side, I write that number 2. And up here, right, I have all of those numbers, 3x squared minus 5x plus 6. Right? So I multiply all of those out, and I get 6x squared, right? 2 times negative 5x is negative 10x, and 2 times 6 is positive 5. And that is simply my answer. I have to look to see if I have any like terms I can combine. And this one I don't. I have an x squared, I have an x, and I have a constant. None of those are like terms, so that's just my answer. Let's look at B, right? Same type of thing. I have one term here, so 1 box tall. 3 terms here, so 3 boxes long. So I have negative 5y, and then I have y squared. That's not where the y squared goes. It goes on top. Okay. Then we have y squared plus 4y minus 8. Make sure your signs get placed with the number that comes right after them. Right? This is a positive 4y because of that plus sign there. So negative 5y times y squared is negative 5. And then how many y's? I have 1 here and 3 there. So y cubed. Right? 1. Remember from our first unit. So negative 5y times positive 4y. Well, negative 5 times 4 is negative 20. And I have 1y here and 1y here. So that's y squared. And then negative 5 times negative 8 is positive 40. And then I still have that y. So then this is negative 5y cubed minus 20y squared plus 45. Again, I have to look for like terms, and here I don't have any. Okay? I have a y cubed, a y squared, and a y. None of those are like terms. So I'm done. All right, looking at C. X plus 2 times 3x minus 5. Now, this is a 2 by 2 box, right? So I have to create 2 by 2. On the side goes x plus 2. Make sure that plus 2 gets, that positive gets written with the 2. And then 3x minus 5. Again, make sure that negative gets written with the 5. 3x times x, right? I have 3, and then an x and an x is x squared. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. 3x times 2, well, 3 times 2 is 6x. And 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. So writing these out, I have 3x squared minus 5x plus 6x minus 10. That's the minus. minus 10. So then again, I have to look for like terms. And if I see here, I have a negative 5x and a 6x. Both of those are x's, right? So I have to combine those like terms. So what I really have here is 3x squared, right? Negative 5 plus 6 is just positive 1x. And then this is minus 10. Minus. So 3x squared plus x minus 10. Alright, let's look at letter D. Again, I have 2 by 2. This is a 2 by 2 block. So I have 2x minus 1. And I have x squared plus 4. X squared plus 4. When I multiply these together, right, 2x times x squared, I get 2. And then I have 1x here and 2x is there, so that's x cubed. Okay. 2x times 4 gives me 8x. X squared times negative 1 gives me negative x squared. And negative 1 times 4 gives me negative 4. So I'm left with, right, 2x cubed plus 8x minus x squared minus 4. And again, none of these are like terms, so I can't add anything together. Alright, looking at number E. Number E gets a little different. We see x minus 3 squared. As soon as you see that 2, you know you have to multiply these things this by itself. So x minus 3 squared is really the same as x minus 3 times x minus 3. So when I create that box, I have x minus 3 on the side, and I have x minus 3 on top. So when I multiply on the inside, x times x, right, that's simply x squared. Negative 3 times x is minus 3x. Negative 3 times x is minus 3x. And negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. So writing this out, I have x squared minus 3x minus 3x plus 9. And again, I have to look for if I have like terms. In this one I do. I have negative 3x and negative 3x. Both of those are x's, right? So I'm left with x squared minus 6x plus 9. Alright, finally, looking at x. Same type of thing. X plus y squared, right, with that 2 is really the same as x plus y times x plus y. So this is 2 by 2. I create a 2 by 2 box. I have x plus y and x plus y. So when I multiply these together, I get x times x, which is x squared, x times y, so I'm going to put x, y. When we have two variables, they go in alphabetical order. When I do this next one, y and x, right, it's still x, y. They go in alphabetical order. And then y times y is y squared. So writing this out, I have x squared plus xy plus xy plus y squared. I have to look for like terms. If you notice, I have them here. I have x, y, and xy. So that's really x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Right, and that's it for multiplying polynomials. I'll see you guys tomorrow.